Hey party people! Welcome to part 2. Who? Uh-oh, gotta turn my own voice down again. Well, at least I know I can be heard. As always, let me know if the levels are messed up. I still have not seen Coyote vs. Acme myself, but I would like to. Yeah, we all thought that drawing was deleted, but I sleuthed it out. I got my digital shovel and I dug it up. So it's not quite as dead as it was. I do remember, I think I was like mostly done with the Wolf Reaper, which that did not get recovered, so that's okay. That's all right. It's good to be back after a whole week away. Miracle! Yeah, I think I might want to rework this guy's face a little bit anyway, because I was looking at the reference art. Where is that? The reference art. What's over here? Yeah, he always has like the really, round red eyes. And I think he deserves them here as well. I'm trying not to use like fan art for, thumbnail images, so hopefully this is from the actual movie and not some poor artist's uncredited fan art, but I think I'm okay. It looks legit. Well, how was it? How was Coyote vs. Acme? Oh yeah, I'm totally going to remember to save this thing every 15 minutes like a good boy. Actually, I set up auto-saving now, I think, so it should be okay. I'm going to forget. Let's face it. Fingers crossed. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I did clean up the wolf because I remember doing the sandwich. Sandwich sounds real good right now. Yeah, Toxic Ghost, I've heard good things about it. I'm excited to see it. I don't know when I'm going to get out to do it. It's been a crazy busy month. Yeah, especially this latter part, but maybe soon. Oh, there you go. Sneak preview of Billy Ends the World. The project I'm working on was sort of stupid. I've been getting that organized this week. And let me tell you, I am not a numbers man. I don't dislike organization. I like being organized. I'm just not good at it. Got a lot of layers going on here, for whatever reason. See if I can figure out where I was last time. So yeah, see if we can give him the roundies. I think that makes him look a lot more like already like the Puss in Boots character. I remember he had like when I was cleaning him up, I gave him kind of the more squared off nose. Yeah, and then he's got the raccoon eyeshadow. I can't remember, the speech bubble seems to be gone. I can't remember what we decided on with that. It was like, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. It was like, mine's the wallet with bad motherfucker on it. I can't remember. Yeah, it's, I don't know if anybody remembers the rash of people passing away in, like, I don't know, what was it, 2022, 2021, with David Bowie and everybody, but yeah, it's another one of those, I guess. Oh yeah, can you whistle? That's what it was. Thank you. You guys, see, this is what I'm talking about being organized. I need a support system. He has very prominent vampirish fangs. Yeah, in my mind, this is going to be more of a chill stream tonight, just because most of the work is already done, but I also don't want to get complacent and suddenly find it to be like 8:30 and I'm still just goofing around. Let's see if we can do a better job on this sandwich this time too. I know from people who have seen Puss in Boots: The Last Wish that the sandwich is very important. Just something that reads a little more as a sandwich, you know? Maybe he hasn't taken that first bite yet. Where are your claws? Let me see your claws. Well, now we're getting into deep fan art territory. Probably shouldn't do that. We'll be all right. Yeah, the two marks of a good Grim Reaper are the scythe and the sandwich. Yes, Flickaleva. I have worked very briefly with Henry Winkler. I wish I could remember where right now. Maybe I didn't even work with him. Maybe I just met him, but I think I worked with him. Can I... Robot Jones loves Tech and Wurzel. Can you animate a preschool show for Nickelodeon's Nick Jr. block? No, I cannot. I do not work for Nickelodeon. Thank you, Jaybird Mendez. I have tried to keep it manageable. My wife likes it, so it's sticking around for now. Ah, BB Wahoo, my last session is dead to me. Trying to find that happy medium between Billy and Mandy style and having a recognizable character. Is Tanner here, by the way? I forget what your screen name is, so you may have to remind me. No, Atlas Geneticist, I have never worked with Tim Curry. It would have been cool, but that has never happened. Oh my gosh, Tanner, you are the toxic ghost. This is like the end of The Sixth Sense. No spoilers for The Sixth Sense. So yeah, it's been a busy week. It's been mostly sort of stupid stuff. Billy Ends the World stuff. We had a few recordings these last couple days, which is very cool. Things are moving fast. Are you talking about my eyes, Kelsey? How rude. Yeah, I'm kind of into it too, the drippy look, but of course, Toxic Ghost, if you are not into it, you let me know. It's good, Toxic Ghost. Yeah, it's been a good collaboration so far. The guys know what they want out of it, and it was pretty easy to write the scripts. They had a really good. I mean, they've been sitting with it for years, so I know how that goes. But yeah, I think we've got a good synergy going. They also have a bunch of artists they were working with previously, who've all been very cool so far. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how it all turns out. This is like my first time. I mean, I've managed a lot of projects, but this is like my first time managing something this indie, I would say. You know, when I was doing my pilot at Cartoon Network, that felt very indie, but I had the backing of a giant studio, even if I felt like some of the time they weren't really backing me that hard. But yeah, this is you know, resources are tight, and you got to figure out how to get stuff done. So far so good. Oh yeah, how does this robe work? Alright, chill appearance it is. Last round he had kind of the half lid eyes. It's a little less insane. I don't know. Do you prefer how he's looking now, or would you rather go back to where we left him, like this kind of thing? Oh, cool, Burger. I have no idea what modern Cartoon Network is. It's changing again, though. Sam Register just left. He was the president of WB Animation. That, you know, they're connected to Cartoon Network. So when Paramount, I guess, takes over, things are going to be very different. I kind of like the the round eyes that we're seeing now, Toxic Ghost. It's really what you want, so you don't have to force me to do anything. I'm a people pleaser. I'm aiming to please. Yeah, I'm not thrilled about it either. Yeah, Sam was actually the creator of. I'm blanking on the show name. The Hi Hi Puffy Amiyumi. Yeah, that one. I'm not really a giant fan of executives creating shows either, but gotta give him credit for that. But yeah, I've got some executive friends over there. I hope they come out of this okay. I mean, any show involving pizza would be delicious. If you like pizza, you're gonna love Billy Ends the World. There's a lot of pizza in that thing. And pizza in unexpected ways. And nothing's better than an unexpected pizza, right? If somebody showed up with a pizza right now, I would be so thrilled. My wife did take me out for sushi for lunch today. That was kind of fun, but the sushi here in Costa Rica so far is a little bit lacking. I mean, granted, I did come from the Studio City area of Los Angeles, which is like maybe some of the best sushi outside of Japan itself. But yeah, it was alright. It was alright. Sushi and pizza in one day, though. That'd be something. Oh, here, you can see something else I've been working on for a second. Upward Expedition, character revamp. That's also happening. Ooh, with the red and blue, it looks almost 3D. I gotta get some 3D glasses up in this business. My favorite sushi before I left was this place that had blue crab hand rolls. So good. If they made a pizza with stuffed crust, but it was stuffed with blue crab hand rolls, that would be amazing. A one-time Billy and Mandy character I'd bring back if I could. That's a good question. I don't know. I got a soft spot in my heart for Wiggy Jiggy Jed. There's a couple characters that were definitely underused. Like, obviously, I think I would bring back Fred Fredberger at least once more if I could. Probably Lord Payne again. But they had multiple episodes, so that doesn't count. I don't know. What do you guys think? Who are some of your favorite one-off characters? We certainly had a lot of them. Oh yeah, the Yop Yop monster, or Grimm's weird skull-faced dragon monster wife. Oh yeah, Jack-o'-lantern. That's the obvious one, I think. I really did like if Underfist had gone forward, like he would have come back. So that's the one. And I did put exploding penguins in my script for Billy and Mandy Destroy Us All, if that counts. I'm not sure those count as actual characters. Yeah, so what did you guys miss while I was away? Let me think. It's mostly been sort of stupid this week, but yeah, I have been trying to get a couple of animation Bibles done. I know someone who you've heard of who's accepting pitches now. So I want to get that done for them. Yeah, and there's a couple other places I'm interested in pitching to, so I'm trying to get like 3 animation Bibles done and or revamped in the near future. It's like I have all these ideas that I've been hanging on to for years. Like, the Upward Expedition's been around for a decade now, I think, or maybe even a little more. And over that time, like, you know, I just keep developing it. But at a certain point, I'm just like, what am I even doing? So I feel like I either gotta make something out of it or let it go. And that one seems like it's a bigger project, so it's not necessarily something I can just handle on my own. One of the other ones, if any of you have been to my Patreon, is Jonesy, which is my cosmic horror anthology series. So I'm working on that a little bit. And then I've got a different take on Starship Dracula that, of course, involves none of the Billy and Mandy characters, but it's it takes some of my favorite stuff from that idea. So hopefully we can get a couple of those done and see what's happening out in the world. I feel like the internet indie scene is really hot right now, so I'd like to get on that while the getting's good. And then I do have one other idea that's more geared toward a younger audience. And I really don't know what to do with that because it feels like it's a simpler project that I could do for less money and fewer people, but from what I gather, YouTube's not like a great money-making outlet for kids' TV. And of course, nobody else is making kids' TV. He's kind of got Irwin nose in that way. Dracula, you say? Yeah, I've been trying to get Danny on Billy and Mandy versus the entertainment industry. We were not texting, but messaging back and forth for a little while. And I think he got busy, so we'll see. Might happen someday. Yeesh. Yeah, one thing about these line tools is sometimes if you reduce the number of lines, it actually makes it look worse, and then you gotta fix it. Hey, it's raining. Well, that's a good reminder to save. Yeah, I'm getting used to Clip Studio instead of Photoshop, but much like Photoshop, I think there are going to be certain things that I just never have any idea what they do. Do I think cartoons these days are too friendly? I don't know. Most cartoons that I'm watching these days, I feel like are geared more toward adults, and they're definitely not that friendly. Better late than never, Gojira. Yeah, Mr. B, it is a fun idea. There, even though I was writing that Billy and Mandy Destroy Us All movie for Billy and Mandy, which was like a multiverse thing, he never actually met, like Grimm never actually met anybody who wasn't just himself. It would have been a fun idea. I also wrote to Mr. or is it Mr. Palo? Senor Palo? The YouTube animator, trying to get him on Billy and Mandy versus the entertainment industry. I didn't hear back, but he doesn't have a lot of new stuff, so I don't know what his status is. But I'd love to talk to that guy. He's got a case of the crazies. There are some fun people theoretically coming up. It's just a matter of getting our schedules aligned. I don't really even have that much of a schedule. I hope my computer's not dying. It does get these funny hitches where nothing happens for a while. Thank you, Inside TV, assuming you're talking to me. I kind of like that, BB Wahoo, that cur lines are just incomprehensible to human eyes, so they just see people. Mr. B, these drawings belong to the people that commission them, so after this is done, I will send it to Tanner, aka Toxic Ghost, and then they may do with it what they will. A Billy and Mandy Lego set would be fun. It almost feels like there would have to be... You know what I think I would do? And maybe they've already done this. Maybe a Stranger Things thing has done this. But But I think I would have like Billy's house with the TV and the couch, and then a second layer underneath for like the underworld. It would probably be the underworld courtroom, because that was probably the most iconic location in the underworld. Get a little Fred Fredburger in there, minifigure. I don't know how you'd really do minifigures of Billy and Mandy, but they'd figure it out. The Funko Pops came out nice, so why not? As you may or may not be able to tell, it's also animal dinner time again. Sochi Quetzal, the dog, is freaking out. She can whistle. She sounds like a whistle right now. Yeah, I'm learning new things, so a lot of times I have trouble and you know, nobody's going to see this anyway. I'm just doing this to satisfy myself. Yeah, there's all these dots. Let's see if we can... Will this just meld them? Yeah, it kind of did. Yeah, it did. Okay. Just testing something out here. Oh, that's why. Not doing what I thought I was doing. Okay. Okay, yeah. That did what I thought it would. Nice, I learned something today. Manipulation! Toxic Ghost, sadly, everything I did for Cartoon Network is owned by Cartoon Network, so I can't just decide to do it. I would have to get permission from Cartoon Network. And when I've talked to Cartoon Network in the past about doing a Billy and Mandy comic, for one of the ideas I've come up with, they were like, oh yeah, you could totally do that. Just talk to DC about it. And then I talked to DC Comics, and they just don't get back to me, so... I don't know. I feel like a lot of places are unnaturally possessive about IPs that they clearly have no intention of doing anything with. Yeah, we found out recently that Sochi the dog spent most of her life living outside, which explains why she's so clingy and strange. So she's definitely living a better life now than she was. But now that she gets to like occasionally, be in the living room and hang out with the cats and whatever, she's really resistant to go back to her living space in the laundry room where because we're not in there. She just wants to be around people and cats all the time. But you can't get everything you want all the time. Yeah, I'd love to do any kind of Billy and Mandy comic, Toxic Ghost. Uh, I just have there's no way for me to get there, it seems. Yeah, CN is owned by WB. I think a lot of the problem with getting in contact with anything now, like as I said, Sam Register just chose to not renew his contract and is being replaced, but it's like, you know, the studio's merging, everybody's leaving, like everybody that I knew, like all the contacts I had are more or less gone, so tough to find an in. Yeah, every time anybody's bought Warner Brothers, it's been a disaster, in my opinion. There's seriously been, I don't know, I think it's like 10 different transfers of studio ownership during like my time there. It's nuts. Like I came into Hanna-Barbera, which became Cartoon Network, which became Warner Brothers, which became AOL Time Warner, AT&T, blah blah blah. This is actually one of the last commission Unalive streams I'll be doing for a while. I'm taking a little bit of a commission break just to work on some of my own stuff and clear out some time for my day job. But yeah, probably sometime early next year I'll be back at it. I also need to, like, I've been complaining about my setup for the longest time, so I really do need to get that squared away. Just this whole room, like, if you could see this room, you'd be ashamed of me. It's just a mess of cables and stuff. Cat hair. But yeah, the dream is sort of to have a setup where I can do the digital stuff and I can do the analog stuff. I don't have to like take everything apart when I switch. But yeah, I wasn't expecting the animation industry to implode when I moved down here, so my assumption was that I'd like be able to find work, but it took so long to find work that I don't even have proper furniture. Like the chair I'm sitting in, I hate this chair so much. It's uncomfortable and there's like this piece that digs into my back and it sinks like every now and then if I lean. I won't even try it, but if I lean the wrong way, like the whole thing will just kind of like sink. So yeah, I got some stuff to iron out. Sandwiches. Do you guys have a favorite sandwich? You know, my wife was a cheesemonger, and she worked at a place where they named a sandwich after her. It's real simple, and I don't know if I'm going to get this right. I don't remember what kind of bread they use, but I think it's just some kind of bread, and then there's butter and cucumber and salami, but it's super good. Is that my favorite sandwich, though? I'm not sure. It is good, though. There's nothing wrong with being anti-sandwich. That's fair. How would Grim react if a priestess tried to use her holy magic to eliminate him because she mistook him for a monster? I actually did try to have an episode where there was like a paladin who wanted to get rid of Grim, which it's a similar idea. Uh, but Cartoon Network felt like it was treading too close to real religion, so I couldn't do it. Weirdly enough, I do think it's strange that Lord Payne is sort of like an anti-paladin or a death worshipper at least, and he was okay. I don't know. But I like the idea. Did any of y'all play Baldur's Gate 3? That's how to talk in Baldur's Gate 3. I made it through most of it before I moved, and then I kind of forgot about it. But I would like to get back to it someday. At this point, I may have to just start all over again. I am weirdly excited about Star Wars Zero Company, mostly because I love XCOM so much, and it's supposedly Star Wars XCOM. But we'll see if I ever get around to it. I think we do need to get in his other front teeth. I like that he leaves his legs exposed. That's hot. Yeah, sometimes I like to, if I feel like I do a good job on a line, I don't like to go in and digitally alter the line. I'm just like, good job, you did a good job on that line. Your reward is not having to push a bunch of points around. But then, usually I end up having to do it anyway, because some other line intersects that line. I don't know. Mario and Rabbids. What a that is a crazy crossover. Is that an official thing? Like that's not like a mod or something for another game. It's like a real thing that happened. I actually have Terraria, Kelsey. Yeah, I've got a backlog of ancient Steam games that I really do need to get back to. I played a little bit of it a million years ago, but like literally it was like a decade ago. But I think it's probably come a long, long way since then. That's Bizarre Toxic Ghost. I gotta look that up. What a weird crossover. How did that even happen? TMNT tactical game? Alright, alright. Daniel Montano. Yes, that is a canon episode. All the episodes are canon. As canon as Mario and Rabbids. Yeah, Aubrey Joe, I support tracing as a way to learn too. If I'm on a new show that I haven't worked on before, even with this Billy Ends the World thing, like the first couple days, like I'm just tracing stuff because I'm trying to figure out the shapes of the characters. And eventually I let it go, or at least until I've done something so disastrously off model that I have to go back and figure out why it looks so bad. But I think it's a legit way to learn. His legs were looking a little stunty. You know what? I'm glad my power went out last time. I should probably knock on wood or something. Let's save. Let's save right now. Save. Okay, yeah. But anyway, I think this is coming out better. So, all for the best. Yeah, when I was playing Baldur's Gate 3, my main character was the daughter of my. This is all headcanon of my Baldur's Gate 2 character, who was an evil. He was an evil wizard. And so far, the story had come out surprisingly, delightfully in line with what I would expect. But yeah, I got to go back and finish that thing. I got a lot of Project Zomboid to get back to at some point. I think that thing's come a long, long way since I first bought it. I got a lot of like 10-year-old games that need another look. Alright, we're getting toward the end of Wolf Town here. The literal end of the wolf. The tail end. Literally. Nightmare on the Backyard Creepypasta. No, Daniel, I have not heard of that. Is it good? Should I check it out? You know what really popularized the multiverse is the infinite number of universes wherein the multiverse is mentioned. There's too many weird crossovers going on. I don't like it. Toxic Ghost, my favorite scene featuring characters from other shows. It's a good question. We didn't really have any or a lot of characters from like other shows of the time. I mean, maybe it's number 5? Being the Grim Reaper? That's probably it. But also Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo from Keeper of the Reaper. Just because that was a fight that I had to fight and I won, so... Any fight I win is a good fight. I don't even remember how I got that through, because they're really possessive with Scooby-Doo, because it's not actually a Hanna-Barbera property, it's a... with the music going, I can't remember. Ruby Spears. It's a Ruby Spears property, which is treated slightly differently. But I was kind of amazed we got that through. Alright, let's get these sides out of the way. Boy. Yeah, I don't know why I'm so much into talking about video games today. I think it's because I haven't been able to play one in so long, to the point where I've actually been watching other people on YouTube play them. But do you guys have any favorite, like, your goats of video games where it's just like something that never gets old? I have been playing Slay the Spire 2 like literally all year long. Partially because I don't want to buy another game, but partially just because I can't seem to get enough of it. I guess that's on the list for me. What else? I don't know if you've heard of Noita, Noita, but that's a fun one where like every single pixel is simulated, but it's all about, it's one of those games where the point is to kind of break the game, but you can build magic wands and they can do just all sorts of crazy stuff. So you can get to the point where like one shot from your wand will home in on enemies and also disintegrate half the level and spray acid everywhere. And eventually you just get so cocky that you kill yourself, and that's usually how those games end. But that was a lot of fun. Project Zomboid, even though it's kind of miserable, I do come back to that from time to time. I could probably do Minecraft again. It's been a while. I don't know what I would do. It was easier when my nephews were little and I was theoretically building them a world to explore and blow up. But now they're full-on adults. Certainly James will have an opinion on this if you're out there, James. Oh yeah, Team Fortress 2 was awesome. I have not played that in a million years. It's been a long time since I played a Mario game too. Yeah, Grim and Puss in Boots style would be funny. Yeah, the problem for me with reinstalling Skyrim is I just had it modded out the wazoo, so I think it would take me several days to get it into a playable state. I love the Elder Scrolls. I think I said that on my Jeff the Spider video, but with the Elder Scrolls, like the thing with those games is I've only really played them through fully like one time each game since Morrowind, just because I spend so much time in the game and then I'm like, okay, I gotta finish this epic madness and end it. and then I technically never play that again. But like in my head canon, like all the games, all my characters from the games are connected. So my Nerevarine from Morrowind ended up killing the tribunal, and then I started a character in Oblivion who was a young ordinator who was looking for the Nerevarine, which I thought might be in the game but wasn't. And then I ended up turning that character into a companion for my actual character who was an orc mage. But with Skyrim, I brought that character back because he was, 200-year-old elderly elf. But yeah, I don't know. There's just a cool continuity to it all, and still looking forward to the next one after all these years. So many years. Oh, yeah, so that character in Skyrim ended up adopting... What was his name? Aventus Aretino? The little kid who was summoning the Night Mother to take vengeance on his enemies. And since my character was a dark elf, I was like, well, no, that's the wrong way to murder people. You gotta do it the dark elf way, with honor. So again, in my headcanon, he taught that kid the ways of the Morag Tong. So should the next game ever come out, that's my plan, is to play as Aventus Aretino, who's honestly probably a vampire. Because my character left him in the care of a vampire. Like any responsible parent would do. Alright, how's this wolf looking, Toxic Ghost? We're pretty good on this one. I'm gonna move on to Grim, I think. Yeah, Aubrey Joe, like, I could get into The Sims. I think what really turns me off to The Sims now, along with so many other games, is just the sheer daunting amount of DLC. Like, anytime I look at The Sims on Steam, and I'm like, oh yeah, The Sims, and then I look at the, $2,000 list of DLC, and I'm like, well, maybe not. And, not like you need all of it or anything, or even some of it, but I don't know, there's something, it's a real turn-off about that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, good. Good, Toxic Ghost. Good. It's all about the sandwich, like I was saying. Does he have pants? Oh, he does have pants. My goodness. Well, we're gonna have to fix that, I suppose. That means this little bit of knee fur has to go away. Goodbye, knee for Sutherland. No more you. I almost got little spats on the bottom. Okay. Pants achieved. I've unlocked the pants achievement. It's a good plot twist, BB. You know, Sherlockin, thank God that some of these animals are wearing pants. Up through like the 1950s, just animals just were not wearing pants, and frankly, it's a little bit offensive. We should talk about something exciting, Aubrey Joe. What's exciting? Explosions. The Fermi paradox. Tendinitis. What else could we talk about? Trader Joe's? There's no Trader Joe's down here. I'm running out of Trader Joe's trout fillets, and I brought a bunch in my suitcase when I moved down here. They're a rare commodity now. That's a very US West Coast discussion now. Speaking of the West Coast, I just saw that C.H. Greenblatt, Greg Miller, and Mr. Warburton are all going to be at the Barnsdall Arts Center in LA doing some sort of talk about cartoons. That seems very fun. I would go if I were there. Oh my gosh. I was just trying to figure out stuff to talk about, and then I come back to faces being ripped off zebras and retracted messages? Things are getting crazy in here. Oh, cool. I didn't realize Trader Joe's had migrated that far. I don't know where you are, Sherlockin, but when I lived on the East Coast, I kind of felt the same way. I did have a crazy trip to White Castle once. They made a movie about it. Alright, alright. Now I hear cats meowing. Lately it's just been, they all have this toy mouse they love. It's just like this dumb black little toy mouse. And they all, quote unquote, catch it. And then, I guess, are meowing about their achievement. Because they just go and stand at the base of the stairs meowing like idiots until you come and acknowledge that they've caught the mouse. Let's see what's happening there. All right, we're getting closer to the end here. One thing I want to do real quick is run to the restroom, so I will be right back. Give me 5 minutes. Fraggle Fraggle. Oh yeah, I remember the Wawas. There used to be a Wawa downstairs from my apartment in Philly. Wawa means wild duck. So they say. One time I went down to the Wawa, and when I came back up, all of my roommates swore that they had seen a UFO, but I didn't see it, so I don't believe in that shit. In case you were wondering what Grim was eating, it was evil brownies. There are only crumbs left now. Okay. Time to figure out what these other layers are and if I need them. Seems to be nothing. Okay. Have I learned my saving lesson yet? Where's my cursor? Oops. Oh, there we go. We're done. It always sucks when there's a tiny little hole, but let's see if we can use our tools. Am I on the wrong? Oh, I haven't designated this as the fill layer, that's why. Oh, you know what? I did something wrong here, in my opinion. And probably the opinion of the original designer of this character. Which is this piece connects to the nose. Almost indistinguishable. Let's get a little lighter. Oops. I did it again. Alright, I think we're almost there. Nice finger. What have I done with my finger? I love when I come back and just Chet has gone absolutely bonkers. Alright, I'm gonna do one more thing. This is... Wait, how are we doing? Are we doing alright here? Toxic Ghost? I really don't want to interrupt this chat thread, but... Good! Alright, I'm gonna do one last thing just to amuse myself. Why? Why would that happen? That makes no sense. What in the dickens? Alright, we'll do it a different way. If you're gonna be like that. Oh, wrong layer selected again. That's why. Still getting used to this whole Clip Studio coloring thing. Alright, there you go. I'll give you both versions. I'll give you the red and the non-red in case you're not feeling it. I really don't know if I believe that about Florida, Toxic Ghost. I don't think there's regulation on hippos, probably at all. All right, how are you feeling? I think I'm done. You let me know. Awesome. I guess I'll sign this thing. I should probably do that. It's weird that we're getting into the latter portions of 2026. I just got used to writing it, and now I'm going to have to do something else. Facts are not fun. Oh my god, it probably is real. I don't know what to believe anymore, Toxic Ghost. I don't know what to believe. Oh, I'll check it out, Kelsey. Don't you worry. Yeah, that one seems reasonable, Toxic Ghost. Depends on the kid, I guess. All right. Thank you all for joining me for this second installment of Reaper madness. Oh, you know, shit. One more thing. Okay, I'm doing one more thing, and then I'm calling it. Because I meant to do this earlier. Sometimes you forget the thing that you were going to do. Is this on a different layer? It's going to be annoying, but I'll do it anyway. Nay. Nay, nay. That makes me think something went wrong somewhere. I gotta find where that nose line is. All right, I think that's a little better. Softened him up a little. Okay, that's where we ended up. It's all over now. Reapers achieved. Pants achieved. So many achievements unlocked. Ricky Suds, have you found your favorite dining spot where you live now? Have I? There's some really good places. Yeah, actually, probably yes. I think my favorite is actually an Indian restaurant. The Indian food here is amazing. Yeah, there's one that's like half an hour away that's fantastic. There's also a really good burger place that just opened up. Now I'm hungry. Thank you, Toxic Ghost. Yeah, thanks for getting me to do this. I still have to watch the movie, but it's on my list now, so I'm excited. Lisa, am I wearing pants right now? Achievement unlocked. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming. Now I'm hungry, so I'm going to go eat something. Have a good night or day, depending on where in the world you are, and I will see you next time. Adieu.